Alright, so we're going to do a pod review today on the pepper right over here. And this is called the Malagueta pepper, or Malagueta. Not exactly sure how you say it. I'm not Spanish speaking in general, but that's what it is. The Malagueta pepper. Malagueta. Anyway, here it is. We got a couple that are ready. I'm going to just pick the one off for now. And there's a bunch of them on here, but I got 3 or 4 of these plants growing. And I want to wait until they're all kind of fruiting and everything so I could pick them all at one time, because I got to process them, and I'd rather process them all at the same time rather than doing a little batch. That's a pain in the neck. So we'll leave that one on there. We'll pick this one, and we'll show you what a Malagueta pepper looks like. Now, this plant didn't really want to produce flowers all the way until like the end of August, really. It just didn't even put flowers out. So it was it's kind of a late season type of a plant. If you do grow this, do plan on a late season harvest. So if you have to bring it indoors for it to finish flowering and fruiting, you have the option to, and that's one of the reasons why this is in pots. So now I can bring this in, I can put it under lights, and then let it finish indoors, because as of right now, if it was planted in the ground, I'd have to dig it up and all that stuff, and I'd rather keep it in the pot like that if possible. And then I have, you know, fluorescent and LED lighting. This could go under there and then continue to produce many of these little peppers. So let's give you a better light, show you what it looks like. That is the Malagueta. Nice little pepper. I'm not sure. This might actually be one of the Holy Trinities. Now, the Holy Trinity of peppers is very controversial because there's different parts of Mexico that have different Holy Trinities. So if you go to northern parts of Mexico, the Guajillo, this Malagueta, and there's, I think, even a cascabel pepper is considered Holy Trinity of peppers. And then you go down to like central Mexico, you know, Central America, and the center part of it, Nicaragua, Honduras, those kind of countries. And over there, they got a different, you know, Holy Trinity of peppers, and they're including the Islanos and the mulattos, the Islanos, and all those other peppers. So they got a different thing of Holy Trinities. But I do believe the Malagueta pepper is one of the peppers that's commonly referred to as one of the Holy Trinities. Give you a closer look at that. Just a gorgeous little pepper. I bet you this thing is hot, guys. I bet you this thing is fiery and nasty, and this will put a hurting on you. Alright, so let's turn you around and give it a go. Alright guys, here we are. We're doing another pod review today, and on today's pod review, we are reviewing the Malagueta pepper, or Malagueta, if you're Spanish, pronounce it for me. I'm not 100% sure how you pronounce that, but I believe that's how it's pronounced. And so here it is. A little nasty little hot burner. This thing's probably going to ripen my tongue up like you wouldn't believe. I'm about to get road rash in the mouth, but no matter what I do, I always seem to do it somehow. So without any further ado, let's give it a go. Thing's heat, man. The juice in there is like squirting out like acid. Well, anyway, the thing is basically all skin. That pepper is meant to be dried. That's not a fresh type of pepper to eat. It's mostly skin and seeds, just like skin and bones. There is a juice in the middle when you first bite into it and start chewing it. And that juice just squirts out. It's like a spray gun. So if it's aimed in the back of your throat, that juice is going to go right back there, and you're going to choke a little bit. But it does have heat on it, and I'm letting it build, and then we'll go over the heat in a minute. It's kind of warming up my stomach a lot more than I want to. More than anything, that's where it's kind of like burning the stomach on the inside. Almost like a heartburn type of a burn. Feels kind of like that, but not real bad. This thing is definitely a hot pepper, and it's coming in now. Now, as far as the flavor goes, it has a very unique type of flavor. It falls into the cayenne type of flavors in that area of things. Not bell, not habanero. Going into the cayenne side, it's very rich in flavor. Actually, very delicious, to be honest with you. But again, it's because of the seeds, and it's all skin and seeds. The flavor is hard for me to describe and really grab that effect because I'm more concentrating on chewing up the skin and everything. This is the kind of pepper you really want to dry out a lot and eat it in your food that way. Now, as far as the heat goes, the heat on this thing right now, I'm going to probably put this around 8,000 Scovilles. It's not very high, but it's getting up into that jalapeno range. And most of the jalapenos you get too, by the way, today's jalapenos, they're mild. They say those are hot jalapenos. Those aren't hot jalapenos. The jalapenos I remember from yesteryear, some of those jalapenos were like 10, 15,000 easy. You bit one of those things, you were absolutely cooking from it. The jalapenos today seem to be mild all the way around. I do buy jalapenos in the winter in the food stores, and I try those jalapenos out. Those are mild. Those are like, I could eat those things all day long and not get bothered by them. But this pepper it's not that bad. It's got like an acidy type effect to it, and it causes your mouth to really start watering a lot. A real lot. It's not so much the heat. It's the way that the capsaicin is released through the moisture, and then your mouth immediately starts watering. Your mouth floods with water. It's like it's hard for me to even do this video right now because my mouth keeps watering. It's not because it's hot or anything. It's just because that acidity stuff in there just makes your mouth water. It's a mouth-watering pepper, but it's a nice pepper. Again, if I was to apply this pepper in any way to use it, I'd dry it out. I wouldn't even waste my time trying to cook with it fresh. I mean, you could probably just pick them off there and throw them right into a stir fry or something like that, but this is the kind of pepper you want to dry. You could probably pickle them, but I would dry them out and then grind those up and apply them to your cooking that way. Now, when you dry these peppers out, they're going to taste probably a lot different than they do eating them fresh. So eating them fresh is kind of a misnomer when I do these reviews on some of these peppers, because when you dry peppers out, their flavors totally change. It turns into something else. And so you really got to kind of give it that respect. I think I'm going to apply that to more of my reviews in the future. I'll start drying these out the year before, and then we could do a taste test on the powder and compare that to the fresh peppers, because the powders really are totally different than the fresh ones, you know. You really got to eat both to really get that full range of flavor that that pepper can offer. So anyway, that's the pod review for the Malagueta pepper. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.